I'm Kathleen Sams with Red Heart Yarn, and we are now going to move on to making the left front and the right front of the spring swing cardigan. You're going to start off the same way, cast on your stitches with your smaller needles, the required number, work in garter stitch for 2 inches, and then you end with the wrong side row. You change to your larger needles again, as I showed you when we were working on the back, and work in stockinette stitch, decreasing 1 stitch at the beginning of the right side row. Now this is on the left front, so you're only going to be decreasing 1 side, and that's going to be, you know, on the seam side. And again, this is every 6th row for however many times based on the size of your pattern. As I said on the first one, you're going to make that first row as a knit row. When you're working your stockinette stitch, you're going to decrease on that first row, then you're going to work 5 rows, decrease on the 6th row. So it's every 6th row until you get to the required number. Then you work the piece even for the required number of inches based on the size, and again you end on a wrong side row. And when it says end on a wrong side row, let me show you real quick. This is the right side where you have your garter stitch and your stockinette, and this is your wrong side. So that would be the last row, which would be a purl row when you're working stockinette stitch. Then what you're going to do is change to garter stitch again, so that's where we start working on the top. And you're going to decrease 5 stitches evenly spaced across that first row. Now, as we did on the back, you have to divide out the number of stitches, and again it's 5, 5, 5, 6, and 6 depending on the size that you're doing. Divide those out on the number of stitches you're using based on your size and get them evenly spaced across. Then you're going to work in garter stitch, and you've already changed to your larger needles, so you're going to work in garter stitch until the piece measures the required amount for your armhole, and then you're going to start shaping the neck. Now, what we're going to do here, when you get to the point where you're shaping, you have to make sure on this one, this is on the left front, this time you are going to end on a right side row before you start shaping the neck. You're going to bind off the number of stitches required at the beginning of the next wrong side row, and then you're going to work across the row, come back again, and then 2 stitches at the beginning of the next wrong side row, work across, and then come back again, all the time working in garter stitch. Then you're going to decrease 1 stitch at the neck edge. So this is your neck edge, and you can see right here, it's every other row, the number of times required per the pattern based on the size that you're making. Then you're going to work your piece even again until the required length based on your size. Now when you do your right front, it is exactly the same thing, and the instructions say reverse your shaping. So what that means is when this says when you're working the left front, the way the pattern reads, it says that you're going to end with a right side row. Well, this time when you're working the right front, you're going to end with a wrong side row. So it's the same exact thing. You're just going to be doing your shaping on the opposite side. The same thing when you're shaping the sides. Making sure that you have your marker placed where your sleeves are going to be. That should get you through working both the left front and the right front.